Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Robert Frost. On this channel, I've talked a lot about the importance of standing out, especially when we're in a sea of bands trying to promote new music. And being unique is one of the best ways to get people's attention. In music, there's lots of ways to do this. Some people want more. Bigger drums, more synth layers, louder guitars. But sometimes, less is more. And that can apply to riffs, songs, lyrics, even sound. And in my opinion, one of the ways that DIY recording bands habitually overcook things is in guitar tones. But what if I told you there's a way to get a guitar tone that's heavy, tight, and unique without adding a ton of gear? Spoiler alert, there is. I've been recording heavy guitar tones for over 20 years, and I've used lots of different techniques to craft great sounds. The one I'm going to share with you today is one that many bands overlook, especially when they're recording guitar at home. My hope is that today's episode unlocks a new route for you to explore the next time you're dialing tones. So let's get to it. Happy New Year and welcome back to the Riff Haven Audio Podcast. I'm Dan Ferguson, engineer, producer, and owner of Riff Haven Audio here in Long Island, New York. If you're new here, this is a channel that provides reliable information for bands that want to grow their careers and accomplish their goals. If your band is more than just a hobby, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any content. I want to see bands grow and I'm here to help. And feel free to ask questions in the comments, I read them all. I remember the first time I was introduced to the nuances of properly dialing in a guitar tone. I was about to buy my first half stack, and I went to Guitar Center to try a few out. Up to that point, I was playing through a crappy combo amp with a Boss Metal Zone pedal, and that gave me a decent enough tone. As a matter of fact, if you learned how to play guitar in the 90s, that was the tone. But much different than the tone that I was going to start chasing. Ignorant as I was, I plugged into a head, dialed the gain to 10, and started chugging. It wasn't long before an employee walked over and struck up a conversation. Realizing how green I was to this new process, he showed me how dialing down the gain on the head and sticking an overdrive pedal before it can give you an in-your-face, hyped guitar tone without all the mud. Many of you know this already. If you don't, here's what's happening. If you run your guitar through an overdrive pedal or a tube screamer before the amplifier, it's feeding the amp a different signal. Typically, the gain on the pedal is way down, but the output is way up. The signal from your guitar gets boosted, the low end tightens up, and the mids are pushed forward. With this, the amp doesn't have to do as much heavy lifting for your tone in terms of gain. In fact, it needs a lot less gain since the signal it's getting is already compressed. So what's unique about this? Not much. This is how most modern heavy guitar tones are crafted. However, you can get a really unique tone by doing the unthinkable, using channel 2 on your amplifier. If you're after a unique guitar tone, this is something that's definitely worth exploring. Your crunch channel, channel 2, the blue channel, call it whatever you want, but a lot of amplifiers have some magic here. Not only do you get a completely different type of tone, but you get more character from your overdrive pedal, since you'll be using more gain on your overdrive pedal to get the type of tone that you want. So let's take a look at what this looks like in practice. I'm going to use two amplifiers for this demonstration, a PV6505 Plus and a Mesa Triple Rec. Both amps will be going into a Mesa oversized cab. That cabinet will be mic'd up by a Sennheiser E906. I'm putting the microphone in the sweet spot just outside the dust cap. The pedal I'm going to use is your classic Ibanez TS9 tube screamer. I'm going to reamp the same DI 4 times. First on the PV on channel 3, then on channel 2. And the same with the Triple Rec. And I'll show you the different settings I used on the tube screamer for each tone. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reamp the guitars one by one. Starting with the PV6505 on channel 3. Here we go. I'm going to engage the tube screamer. So I like the way that's sounding. I'm going to bounce that one, and then I'm going to move on to the crunch channel. All right, so now we're on channel 2. Let's see what we got here. All right, so I like that. I'm going to bounce that one, and we're going to move on to the Mesa. All right, so let's see what we got for the Mesa on channel 3. Yeah, I'm liking that. So we're going to bounce that one, and then let's check out the crunch channel. All right, now we got the crunch channel engaged, so let's see how this one sounds. All right, I'm going to bounce this one, and then let's check out what it sounds like in a mix. So there you have it. Channel 2 is definitely a different flavor. And like I always say, guitar tone is subjective. So I'm curious what you thought. Let me know in the comments below. Did you like Channel 2 better or the classic Channel 3? If you're wondering when to deploy this technique, the answer is, it depends. The cool thing is, if you have an amplifier with multiple channels, you can try this out for yourself. I feel like Channel 2 is often overlooked. You use Channel 1 for your cleans and Channel 3 for your heavy tones. But there's definitely a place in lots of songs for that middle channel. If you find the right one, it could absolutely be your go-to guitar tone for your entire record. It really depends on the type of music and the type of vibe that you're after. As I always say, this is music. There are no rules. Try stuff, listen back to how it sounds, and go with what you like best. That's all I got for you guys this week. Don't forget to drop me a comment. I will see you next Tuesday. No disrespect there. I just drop videos on Tuesdays. Later.